Welcome to A Better HR Business, the podcast that looks at how HR consultants and HR tech firms grow their businesses and how they help their employers to get the best out of their people. Remember, for show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Okay, let's get started.
Hi there, nice to have you along again. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by longtime HR software industry and referrals expert, or maybe even guru, Dan Taylor. Dan is the partner manager at the very cool continuous performance management system 15Five. Dan, thanks very much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
And you're happy with the moniker guru? Would that be the right fit?
Yeah, I think that may be a stretch if I'm describing myself, but I'll take it coming from you. Thank you.
And whereabouts are you based, Dan?
So I am based out of Provo, Utah in the US.
So is that skiing there? Is that right?
Yes, tons of great skiing. I've already got some tickets set for this year, so kind of looking forward to the snow now.
I think I'd be terrible at socially distance skiing because I'd constantly plowing into people and smashing into them accidentally. So I think it's the wrong sport for me. So Dan, thank you very much for coming along. I'm really looking forward to the chat because 15Five is a brilliant business. So do you want to give the listeners a bit of a flavor for what is 15Five?
Yeah, happy to talk about it. So I think I'll start with just the background of our mission statement. Sure. And that's to create highly engaged, high-performing organizations by helping people become their best selves. And what we're really trying to do is unlock the potential of the global workforce. And that's kind of a big picture idea. And the way we execute it is with our software system that's focused on continuous check-ins, 360 feedback. We also enable very effective one-on-one conversations, a focus on goal setting, primarily using the OKR, objectives and key results method.
Yep.
And so what all of this really does is we create this framework where all of these different modules are integrated together, and it makes communication very easy between managers and employees. It allows different issues to come to the surface quickly. And we're really trying to help people move away from the old style of performance management where, maybe you set some goals at the start of the year and you review them at the end of the year, but throughout the rest of the year, you may not be focused on these goals. You may not be engaged on the overall vision of the company. But with 15Five, you're checking in constantly. You're keeping your goals top of mind. You know that you're going to have to report to them. So it brings accountability, and it allows for this very consistent flow of information throughout the year, which leads to higher levels of engagement, higher levels of performance, higher levels of employee retention. And those are things that really every company wants.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone dreads the annual review where they pull out the goals, as you say, from the previous year and try and remember what they're supposed to be working towards.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so that's what we want to avoid is no surprises at the end of the year, because you've been checking in all year long and you've stayed updated and you've communicated on how you're working on your goals, and maybe you've even pivoted to new goals because new information has come to light. And we want to make sure that information is disseminated quickly and everybody's acting on the most up-to-date data.
Yeah, makes sense. So how does it actually work? Is it a desktop-based system, i.e. cloud software that people access on their computers, or is it an app? Give people an idea of how it actually works in a practical sense.
Yeah, so what it is it's a cloud-based software, so you can access it from anywhere. 15Five was actually a very remote, forward-thinking company at the time that our company was formed, 2012. The idea of being remote first was still pretty novel, but nowadays, obviously, we're experiencing that more and more and more. So you can experience this as an app on your phone. You can access it through the internet on your laptop or your desktop computer. So that's the forms that you find it in.
Yeah. And what does the 15-5 component mean?
Yeah, happy to explain that. So the weekly check-in I referenced, they're designed to be almost like a checklist or a quick survey that an employee would fill in every week, with questions like, how are you feeling at work this week? How are you doing on your goals? Are there stumbling blocks you're overcoming? Are there big wins that we should be celebrating? Any other issues that we want to bring to the surface? And this questionnaire could be filled out in about 15 minutes. And then once it's hit submit, the manager could review that in about 5 minutes. So that's where the name comes from. It's the idea: 15 minutes for the employee, 5 minutes for the manager, and you're up to date, and you're spending that amount of time on it per week.
Nice. So if you had to, I don't know, sell it to a business, what's the short summary key benefit of using 15-5?
Yeah, so I'd say the short summary, we'd run through what's available, goal setting, 360 reviews, feedback, check-ins, employee appreciation, engagement surveys, one-on-ones. And all of this together is going to lead to higher levels of engagement, higher levels of retention, and you're going to see an ROI, because we've found that companies that invest in their employees' engagement, they end up seeing major benefits coming back to them. Sample company, let's say 100 employees, they could be looking at business value in the millions as far as investing in employee engagement.
Absolutely, yeah. We see that time after time. So speaking of the company in the hundreds, who are your typical clients, whether that be industry or size?
Yeah, so this software is available for people spanning from companies as small as 5 employees up to enterprise-sized companies. We really try to make it based on universal ideas, and we really back it with the latest in people science. So with that broad range being stated, I'd say the average size company that comes to us is about 100, 150 employees. Certainly work with a lot of smaller companies, and larger companies tend to come to us as well.
Nice. So what's your role in 15-5?
Yeah, so what I do specifically, I'm a partnerships manager. So I'm out there, I'm speaking with people who are finding solutions for their clients. This could be HR consultants, this could be PEO groups, this could be trusted advisors, this could be just well-connected people who are offering up recommendations in HR software. And so what I do is I form partnerships with these people to try and make mutually beneficial relationships, so that, let's say you're a consultant and your clients are coming to you and they're saying, I'm having tons of trouble getting my employees or getting my clients' companies engaged. We've got great philosophies that we teach to them, but we need something that's going to actually help them keep track and apply the principles here. And so then these consultants would refer 15-5 to the company if they feel that it's the right fit. And, we make it easy for them to provide informational materials. We also offer revenue share opportunities where, if you submit a referral and they close and end up purchasing 15-5, then you share in that revenue. Obviously not everyone is looking for the revenue opportunities, so we can also pass along discounts. So you feel like your client's interested in 15-5, you as a referral partner, you can give a discount to them on 15-5. So we really want to make it partner friendly. We want to give you the attention you need, give you the educational materials, co-brandable marketing items, things like that.
Yeah, very good. And perhaps we could have a video of me looking sternly at people who are looking at giving a discount as opposed to taking the revenue for their own business, because I should be telling them, take the money, use that as a revenue stream for your own business. Don't be giving that as a discount.
Yeah, I'd love to put that together.
Look, I can have a very stern look. Don't worry about that. So what kind of consultants, how are they using that when they're working with their own clients? Like, you gave me some scenarios, but is it a case of they go in, do a project such as there's a merger and acquisition process, and so there's a culture change project going on, and they're trying to join two workforces together. They've done their work, and now they're trying to bed it down. Is that where they'd say, look, a way of sustaining the change that we've got in place now is to have this performance management culture locked in with a tool like 15Five? Is that the way it goes, and then they could get referral payments from there?
Yeah, you bring up some definitely applicable scenarios. I would say, let's say you're a consultant, your client's coming to you, and they're just talking about things like, we need to improve the way we capture feedback from our employees, or we need to improve the review process. People want to ditch the review process all over the board. You're hearing that a lot. But if you ditch the review, what are you going to put in its place? Or maybe, your whole team has gone remote, and you need something to help people stay connected and keep in communication and stay focused, bring accountability. Maybe you've got new leadership and they want to kind of instill a change in the culture. Or maybe you have first-time managers that are having a hard time figuring out how to fulfill their role really effectively. Or maybe you've just finished an engagement survey and now you know where you need to focus, but you need something that's going to bring consistency there. So these are some of the use cases where you might be thinking, 15Five, that's going to be a way that we can structure this and bring accountability and bring consistency over time.
Got it. And why would a consultant, whether that be recruitment, general HR consulting, or design, whatever it may be, why would they look to partner with you guys, both on the revenue side and the support that they would get from you guys as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think talking with the partners that we have already been working with, the number one reason why anybody partners with us is the product itself. Obviously anybody out there wouldn't recommend a item of software, or really they wouldn't recommend anything unless they believe in it. And that's the same for 15Five, is that people do believe in it, and that they've seen real change. They've seen improvement in performance. They've seen people more engaged, employees that feel more valued. Something that we reference a lot is, in the old days, people were really motivated, or at least we believed that the key motivators were going to be things like wages, the work environment, benefits, vacation policy. But we're seeing that a lot of times employees are retained at a company really based on coaching conversations, feedback, performance reviews, recognition, potential for growth, things like this. And so when people are looking to partner with 15Five, they believe in the software. They believe that it's going to make a difference. We're consistently ranked near the top as far as performance management software. If not number one, then right up there in the top three. And so I'd say when people are trying to take their performance kind of into the new era where we're leaving behind antiquated practices and we're really getting the employees engaged, that's when people are looking to partner with us.
Definitely. No, that makes sense. Has coronavirus, the pandemic, has that affected the way companies use 15Five?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's made it even more important with, one of the key side effects of coronavirus being a lot of us having gone 100% remote or maybe partially remote. This idea that conversations that used to happen around the water cooler are not happening at all anymore. So you need a place to pick up that slack. You need, a place where communication is going to happen, and you're going to remove some of the awkwardness. For instance, one of our features is request feedback. So at any point you go in there, you can just send out a quick note. Hey, give me some feedback on how I'm doing on X, Y, or Z. And it's just very natural. Another one is employee recognition. You're not going to be there in the office to say, hey, good job on the presentation, or, you're doing great work. We've got this feature that's called High Fives. And what it is It's employee recognition. You just call out one of your employees, tag them, and say, hey, coworker, you're just doing a great job this month, and I wanted to tell you thanks for all your hard work. Or, you're a great friend. Thanks for bringing a good morale to the office. And people love that. They love to be called out. They love to call others out, and it just it builds that culture of appreciation. And so these are the kind of things that can get lost when we're not in person together. And obviously, people are feeling a lot of stress. So anything that's going to help alleviate those stresses, be clear communication, I think that's going to be positive. That's going to be helpful. And we are seeing that at 15Five.
Oh, that's very good. So Dan, you know the industry very well. What do you see coming down the line in terms of changes within the industry? Because we've just been through all this upheaval. So I wonder if that adjusts where the industry is going. What sort of stuff do you see coming down the line?
Yeah, after this year, it feels like the future can be very unpredictable. So I'll put that caveat on there. But I think we're seeing a change towards remote work. Obviously, this year jump started where a lot of companies had dipped their toes into the water of remote work, and then all of a sudden we were all kind of pushed in over our heads and figuring it out on the fly. And I think now that people know that it works, it's going to be more of an option, and it's going to be something that employees are going to really demand moving forward, is having that as an option. So that's a trend that I see going forward. Also, just the idea of companies investing in engagement, and the high quality companies are going to be ones that are really engaging their employees, giving them a voice, giving them input in the process, and giving them a clear vision of what the company is doing in general. Those are a few of the trends that I feel like I've seen this year that I predict will continue to strengthen, and I don't think they're slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And it's been a horrendous year anyway, so I look forward to some of the more positive changes, that's for sure. Dan, if people are interested in partnering with you as a consultant or in some other form, what should they do next?
Yes, anyone out there who's listening would love to partner with you. Those who are interested in our referral program or learning more about 15Five, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. The easiest way would probably be by visiting 15five.com/partners. If you'd like to apply to be a partner, you can fill out the form on that page, and it'll come right over to our team. We'll get in touch with you. If you're just looking to get in touch and ask questions, my email, dan.taylor@15five.com. I welcome any and all emails. I'm happy to give you more information about what we're doing, what the software is all about, how we partner. And then if people are looking for just information about the software in general, our website is great. We'll include a link to it in the notes. I think we had mentioned that earlier.
Yep.
So a lot of different ways to get in touch, but I really do encourage you to get in touch. We love working with consultants. We love working with advisors. Anyone who's really on board with the idea of continuous performance management.
Perfect. Well, so if you're listening to this on the go, you check the show notes for the link there, the partners page. There's some good information there. And Dan has given you his email address there, so you can ask him all about the program, the company, or even about some ski tips if you feel like it. Dan, Dan, thank you very much. I've really enjoyed learning about 15Five and also about the partner program. So again, consultants, it's a wonderful way to diversify your revenue streams by partnering up with companies like 15Five and open up that. And also you're providing a much better service to your clients and embedding some of the changes or some of the ideas you've got, make them happen using a partnership program through 15Five. So Dan, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking the time, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for joining us today on A Better HR Business, the podcast that explores the world of HR consulting and HR tech businesses. For show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Remember to subscribe and share the show with any friends who are busy growing a HR business. Thanks, and see you next time.